asked like what the hell was up, why they just went out there and disappeared, he chalked it up to bad writing. No, that's no writing. If you wrote that, you should be euthanized. I don't know definitely what else to tell you. I hope that's not written down anywhere.
Sitting around in a writer's room, 5 guys around the table for Undertaker's going away, thinking there's one guy jumps up. I got it! What's that? We'll just get a lot of the guys who have wrestled a long time ago that can make it, and we'll have them walk to the ring, but we'll announce all their names. And we can do that before we have the Undertaker come out. And everybody's like, we're done. Go home. The show is perfect.
That one guy who jumped up was Vince.
Exactly. It's like, son of a bitch. I feel like this is one of those things, if you listen to Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard, he talks about how a lot of times you got to be careful of what kind of jokes you pitch, because so many bad things that have gotten on the air started because somebody just made a joke and Vince loved it. And I'm like, I could almost see that. Somebody just said exactly what I said as a joke, and Vince is like, yes, that's it. Perfect.
He's got to be suffering from, like, short-term memory loss or something for how that was put together, because everything just started and then disappeared, and then started and then disappeared. And then they had the Paul Bearer fucking hologram we didn't even talk about yet.
Oh, I forgot about that. I legitimately loved that. I hate to say it, but I loved it.
I wish Kane was still a wrestler so that when he retired, there could be a hologram of Paul Bearer and Undertaker. And then one day the Fiend, and he gets all 3 of them.
Kane is going to be the Christian to Undertaker's Edge. He's just, one gets a big, huge retirement party and big send-off, and the other one's
the mayor of Knox County.
Yeah, the other one just doesn't show up on TV anymore. That's all. No farewell, no fuck you.
Get a farewell.
like the Simpsons episode. After 30 years, this is it. Goodbye. You're fired. Thank you. I don't remember saying thank you.
So with all of that, the pay-per-view and the Undertaker segment, overall, I'm jumping to the final grade here. I'm giving the event a D, and I feel like I'm being gracious.
You know, I gave it a C-.
The good matches didn't do enough to hold my attention, and that's where I call issue.
That is sad, because they actually did hold mine, but I can see it. I understand it. But I will say, if it wasn't for the shitting of the bed of the Undertaker, I probably would have gave this a B-, to be honest. That was my original grade, but no, it's a C- in my book after the debacle that they ended on, especially when you end that way. Not at all. What was your favorite match, Paystee? I think I know what was your best match.
Probably Reigns and Drew McIntyre, but I'd say none of them.
I'm going with...
Best match of the night is Hologram Paul Bearer.
Damn right. I'm going with Asuka Sasha Banks. I thought these women are amazing. They did so much with so little story. That's what I got. That was the one that I felt when I was done watching this I enjoyed the most. So, you know, to each their own. I've seen a lot of people saying that this Reigns McIntyre match was one of the best ever, and that's their opinion too, you know.
It was good. It did bring out more out of both guys. I'm just hoping they keep those new, you know, the new repertoire going forward.
Yeah.
Just forget those new moves you had to learn because 3 moves wasn't going to cut it. Could you imagine? That could have just been the most boring match ever, you know?
It could have.
Just stuck to their 3 things. Could have been just as long in just those 3 moves, 6 moves.
Oh, we've seen it from others before, Cena.
Yeah. God, and then he added that last one to his repertoire, and it was just that fucking 1-inch punch.
The one that Chris Jericho ended up fucking stealing and slightly altering and using that as his finisher. I was like, how dumb. Cena, I'm going to do a back fist to end him. Jericho, hey, wait a second. I'm going to do a back elbow to finish him. Like, come on, guys. I get it, you're older, but come on.
You know, the fist would do more damage. There's just more momentum there.
I agree. And you have less of a chance of missing them because you got a wider range.
Right.
Oh, well. Yeah, disappointing and sad, and that's just the way it is. And I'll tell you something that's disappointing and sad, Paystee, is we have another shortage sentinel this week. Not a lot of news in the canon, but that's all right. We still got stuff to talk about. A lot of it, almost all of it, some of it, better than Survivor Series. And I'll just start this one out right here. And it's our favorite kind of news and Beef Sticks podcast, Paystee, because it turns out WWE filed multiple trademarks last month. Woo! Three of note were C Nation, a trademark for John Cena that was filed for merchandising, the Legend Killer moniker for Randy Orton for use in entertainment services, and the Dean Ambrose name, which, of course, is the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley's name that he used back when he was with the E.
Which is funny,
and that one's
I don't
also
think he'd
for
be trying to get it anytime soon.
No, but that one's also for entertainment services. So, yeah.
Does that mean Randy Orton will do birthday clown stuff now?
Of course.
Entertainment services. I mean, that's what Cameo extends to, right? They go from Cameo to being birthday clowns.
That is kind of the new age birthday clown is Cameo, yeah.
That's brilliant. I love it. Why? I don't know. I feel like you should let Cena have the C Nation. I don't know. I feel like once they break out and get to Hollywood, you shouldn't keep grasping at them like they're your everything. I don't know.
Yeah, but a lot of it also has to go for, especially with the network and video games and stuff. If he had Cena own C Nation or Randy Orton own Legend Killer.
But if Cena owns C Nation, he'd probably just let them use it. You know what I mean? It's not like WWE because they're not going to let him use it, unless it's in WWE.
John Cena would maybe want to let WWE use it, but would his agent and his accountant let him? Probably not.
John Cena doesn't have those things.
He does, you just can't see them.
This is good news for gamers and Xavier Woods fans everywhere. During a very special G4 Holiday Reunion special, G4 head of content Kevin Sabia announced that G4 has signed Xavier Woods as host and broadcast personality, saying we could not be happier than to welcome Xavier to the family and introduce the first member of G4's new cast. Woo! The list of on-air talent with advanced degrees in psychology, unbridled passion for video games, and multiple tag team championships is not long. We love Xavier's creative Creed for G4 campaign and cannot wait to showcase as many talents through G4's developing slate of programming. Xavier stands as a fantastic first representative of an exciting and diverse team that we are assembling for G4 and will be introducing in the coming weeks and months. G4 is set to return in 2021. The gaming network was originally on cable TV from 2002 to 2014. Now this is interesting to me just on the grounds that he's going by the name Xavier Woods. So is WWE getting all the money from G4 for this?
I'm guessing WWE, just like when their wrestlers go into movies, I'm sure they get a booking fee. So WWE is going to be making money off of this. I can't imagine they won't. I can't imagine they would let them do it without that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, this is just taking the you can't stream on Twitch to a whole nother level now.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, they've done that forever. WWE, every time, WWE,
This is good for Xavier, though, because now he's got an out, and when his contract comes up, he doesn't have to re-sign with WWE.
Right, and he has an outlet to do more. And, I know up until just recently, and maybe still to this date, but I doubt now, I'm sure they came to an agreement, WWE was making a percentage off of all of Dwayne Johnson's movies, because they were technically his booking agent. for a long time. I would assume by now that they came to an agreement, but maybe not because he still works closely with them, you know?
No, I'm pretty sure WWE still sees a cut of The Rock's movies. I think I heard that recently.
So,
I know they still make money off everything John Cena does.
Yeah. So, so it's not unheard of. It's not like it's weird and not even like it's wrong. That's a pretty normal thing in the entertainment business.
That's the thing with John Cena, though. You know, The Rock stopped going by The Rock. He goes by Dwayne Johnson. Cena it's John Cena. That's his name, but WWE owns it. He's going to always be indebted to WWE.
Right. He'd have to fight the trademark.
Yeah.
You know, which he
or
could
change
do.
His name to Warrior 2. Ryback, feed me more Ryback.
Exactly. Well, Paystee, in Xavier Woods in related news over the weekend, he is, of course, the creator of the popular YouTube channel Up, Up, Down, Down. He won the Esports Content Creator of the Year award.
Which was quickly grasped by Vince McMahon.
The former Consequences Creed spoke about the hashtag Creed4G4 campaign that he created last summer and how it gained so much momentum among both WWE fans and gamers, as well as posting on his Twitter, "Let's go!" And of course, Up, Up, Down, Down's Twitter page shared, "We did it! There's nothing we can't do when we got fans like you people. Congrats! Austin Creed wins, and thank you for voting."
Woo!
Yeah, and I agree with you. With all of this stuff that he's getting now, when he leaves WWE, he can just go by Austin Creed and keep doing what he's doing, especially because, as you can tell, most of his social media stuff is Creed. You know, he's been sure long before all of this third-party crap. He's been sure to keep Creed, you know, his legal name. I like that.
Very smart of him for sure. Looking forward to seeing where this goes for him. Hopefully it involves him leaving WWE as soon as his contract is up and wrestling for AEW, maybe on limited dates. But with the G4 paycheck, he should do just fine anyway. And I think G4 will have some lasting power now. Gaming content is like the biggest thing on YouTube.
Right, and I haven't seen where they're making their reboot for, so I don't know if it's going to be a cable channel again, if it's going to be a streaming channel. I'm not sure what it is, but I am very, as an old-time G4... Oh, and I didn't say this before, and I almost forgot. One thing about the G4 relaunch, they better fucking bring Olivia Munn back. God, she was the best thing about G4.
It'd be funny, because they said it was a really short list. So it would be funny if Xavier was the only guy on G4, the whole TV channel. He had to do every show. This is Vince all behind the strings, like behind the scenes.
Right.
This is how we're gonna put down this union shit.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's good news. And good news comes and goes, as do the comings and goings, Fat Mack.
Yes.
Yes. Dave Finlay is back to work with WWE as a producer, according to PW Insider. He was one of the several producers furloughed from the company in April as a part of the COVID-19 budget cuts. Finlay reportedly returned to work for the company in the last week or so. He was confirmed to be at NXT tapings this week. It's good shit.
Yeah, Dave Finlay has a great mind for the business, and
they brought him back just because of War Games, I'm sure. We need to get this shit right. Johnny Gargano's fucking up.
My understanding is he was great with the women's division, especially back when they were first starting to actually let the women wrestle and not just be quote-unquote divas.
Yeah.
So I think this is awesome. Glad to see Dave back.
Nobody better to learn who to fight from, that's for sure.
Exactly. He is quite the brawler. He'll hit him with the old shillelagh. Speaking of Dave Finlay, did you see?
Are we gonna talk the wee nominal one?
Yeah, the phenomenal wee. Yeah, Swaggle comes out as AJ Styles. That was so awesome on Impact.
I hope they rip on him and burn him until his 5-year contract is up and he has to go back.
You know what? I haven't gotten to see yet, but I really need to go. I was going to watch it today, and everything started happening, and I want to watch